All right, today we're going to be talking about squatting, specifically the goblet squat, but this variation, the same rules apply for all other types of squatting. So what we learn here can be brought into barbell back squatting or front squatting or whatever else. So when you think about squatting, we want to brace the core. Sound like a broken record, but we always want to brace the core, meaning when Shannon looks at her pelvis and her ribs, we want to get away from this open scissor, right, where her ribs are flared up and her pelvis is pointed away and she has this arch in her back, and we want to brace down pelvis to ribs and get into this closed canister, right? These two lines want to be parallel. And if you look, the way Shannon is facing right now, if this was the ground, she'd be doing a perfect plank right now, right? Her abs are on, her back is neutral, she's here, and she's in a perfect straight line. So you can think of a standing squat, you want to be in that same plank position, meaning your abs are working just as hard right now as they would be in a really intense plank. And that's a good way that you can tell if you're doing a squat correctly. All right, so we're going to grab the weight. So we're doing that goblet position. Goblet position is just kind of cupped under here. And this can, again, could be a front squat, it could be a kettlebell. There's a million other ways. The implement is not nearly as important. What is important is that we get away from, that we go away from here. We go closed canister, turn the abs on, her core is engaged, and now from here, she wants to sit down while keeping that core position. All right, come up. So that's perfect. And Shannon is going to sit down and a little bit back. She's not sitting overly back, because if she shoots back with her butt, you see she's going to lose that core position or her chest is going to dump forward. Right, so we want to sit back, because we do want our center of gravity to be balanced, and we want to sit, imagine there's a chair right below you, so her butt is going a little bit behind her, but it's not overly so far back that she's going to dump forward with the rest of her body. Another thing that we want to look at is the knees. The knee position is not as important. The knees over toes, we don't really care about as much. Her foot position is going to be based on her personal preference. It can be a little bit wider. You can go toes out like this. These are things that you're going to find as you practice. So if you try something, go ahead and squat here. Right, you see at the bottom, hold, her knees are just about lined up with her toes, and that's fine. Right, that's a comfortable way for her to squat. You see me down here, right next to her, my knees are right over my toes. All right, different people, different limb lengths are going to have, our squats are going to look very different, but the key components are that core bracing and that you're sitting your weight back by your heels, but not so far back that you tip forward. Those are the main things that I want to focus on when we're doing a squat. And again, this goes for front squats, this goes for back squats, the same rules apply. Just make sure your core is braced and your abs are on, because that is going to help you hold this weight, right? This weight, this is only 20 pounds, Shannon can handle this. This was a 50, 60, 100 pound dumbbell, it would be pulling her forward like this. When her abs are on, it will keep that all stable so she can focus on doing what she needs to do, which is squatting. All right, let's do one more rep. Perfect.